let me just slap record so I can get this, and I'll remember to try and edit it quicker than I have been doing. Words, throat. That was a really attractive sound I just made. I'm happy I made that sound.
That on your Tinder.
Yeah, that someone just looped that. Just that's going on there. My highlight reel forever.
Yes.
Obviously. All right, so I'm gonna try and get things started in a real and professional, because we take this very seriously. We are a very serious actual play TTRPG stream/podcast. Because I don't know what really constitutes a podcast anymore, because anyone can just say it's a podcast. Okay, and hello, and welcome back to the channel. I am your Game Master for the day, the Bardic Knock, and we are back with session 5 of our Shaman Kings. The Shaman King, not Kings. I mean, we're all kings, really. Except kings are a terrible, terrible thing, so,
We're kings in the slang sense.
Yeah, we are kings in how people specifically originally, I'm 99% certain it comes from black culture, of calling, someone a king or a queen if they're a really amazing person, or as a point of reverence.
I don't know. Sometimes I think it would be fun to have someone call me Milord.
Look,
can I be known as the Earl of Bread Pudding?
I mean, see, I was just kind of think, like,
I was just throwing you for a loop there. Don't.
in my brain, I was going, okay, is there anywhere in England called bread? Because there probably is. Because I know we have an Earl of Sandwich. That's a real place.
Mm-hmm.
You mean this land is
Wow, that professional intro right here. I'm not even going to change it. I'm not going to start again. This is it. This is staying. We take it very seriously here, as you can tell. So this is the Shaman King TTRPG using the Animon system, Animon story system, sorry. Make sure I say that correctly. So go check that out if you're interested in playing fun, happy, chill games in which you make friends with weird little dudes. And not us specifically. You can make friends with us. We're a bunch of weird little dudes. And
just don't be parasocial about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Befriend us from afar. Just don't put that on us.
Give me your money.
Listen, we might be like weird little dudes and peeps on like a screen with like tiny little boxes around our heads, but like realistically, don't
just
call
give
me.
These guys. Just give these fine people your money. Am I pointing in the right direction?
Yeah, vaguely. I mean, look, as far as you're concerned, person on the internet who I don't know or have not interacted with, I don't exist outside of this box. Do not perceive me outside of this box. If I go over there, I cease to exist.
But also send your money so that this person can keep their lights on.
But this box, it needs to be maintained. So financially, whatever the word is, words. This is a great intro. I'm very happy and I'm very proud of us.
Call it like something pretentious like finance-social relationships, where it's just you give money and you think you're being a good friend when you don't know the person, and that's okay.
I mean, that's just the internet. Like that's just content creation on the internet.
Yes, but let's emphasize the giving money part.
Look,
Patreon's like, here you can see these endangered content creators, and for the low price of $4 a month, you can get gifts from them to see how they are in their habitats and what creative output they want to share with you, the lovely donor of of our content creator refuge. Thank you so much.
For just $4 a month, you can adopt a content creator.
The content
God.
creator refuge.
Oh my god. So what we need to get
Just
we need
someone,
to get
someone's taking
Sanctuary.
pictures of us like eating fruit slices.
what we need is we need some black and white stock footage of content creators with like a super sad Sarah McLachlan song playing over. As they try and do really boring, arbitrary things.
Okay.
I think I saw a tweet from her just saying sorry because people kept blaming her for making them cry in commercials.
So now on the Bardic Knox channel, we are hosting a casting call, looking for someone who could do a great Alyssa Milano impersonation and can talk in a very somber voice for sustained periods of time while sounding like Alyssa Milano.
Don't make me research. Impressions are not my forte, but I'm as a trained thespian, I'd like to give it a shot.
Okay. Let's play some Anamon story and then
let's do that. We'll
Do that before I start talking about Charmed.
Look, if we do we just not want to play this and talk about Charmed for 2 hours? Because I am fucking down.
Tempting.
Okay, no, I'm gonna finish this intro.
Yeah. Tune in next week where we spend 3 hours talking about Charmed.
Have I before we get off of it though, have I shown you I do have a Charmed sticker on a messaging system. Have I ever shown it to you?
No. I need to see this.
This is based off of the Charmed extra season comics. Because they had basically CBS hired Zenoscope, who's mostly known for doing porn comics, to do the new Charmed. Yeah, obviously, who to do the extra Charm season comics. I have no real Charm fandom, but I think about this panel constantly to the point of I made a sticker about it, and it's Alyssa Milano with her child, or perhaps a small goblin, pouring what looks to be a beaker full of carrots into a stew with a dead-eyed stare, saying, "Nothing mommy can't handle."
Horrifying. Whatever's happening is terrifying.
Okay.
I love comic art where it's like this person clearly didn't look at a baby before drawing a baby. I love that.
Like Wanda's kids? Yeah, those don't look like babies at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
There's definitely a subset of comic artists who cannot draw children.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to edit this in because the world needs to see this.
I think we have today's episode titled "Nothing Mommy Can."
I was gonna suggest naming it "Adopting Content Creators," but this works too.
This is pretty good.
Okay.
Nothing mommy adopting content creators can't handle.
Alright.
Alright.
This is good. This is fine. This is wonderful. I'm gonna collect myself.
I'm literally looking at this call and his stickers just staring at me. I have to upload something to get this out.
Do
Okay.
we need a stay for work, Sasuke?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, I thought it was not safe for work, Sasuke. I need to.
No, it's called Safe for Work Sasuke to block out the not safe for work thing.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. You know,
My Tumblr lore on.
I have collected myself, and I have turned my phone over, so I am not tempted to look at it again.
Going to get a water. Someone please upload a Sasuke.
So,
Thank you. Thank you.
So yes,
Okay.
welcome everybody to Bear Ridge Beats Session 5. I am the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube all as the Bardic Knock. And I'm going to try and give a brief recap on events. After I don't even know, because I can't even recover from that. No, my life it's ruined. I will never experience feelings properly again after witnessing these things I have witnessed. And so with that, I'm going to hand it on over to JT to introduce himself.
Hi, I am JT. I'm on Twitter at BrownestNerd. I think one day I will eventually remember to check my other socials, to plug them. But I'm on Tumblr, allegedly co-host in Hive as Epic Impulse. I content creation wise, I do nothing. I occasionally find open table games, just apply and somehow get in. So that's me. I'm gonna pass it over to, I believe it's Shamey on my left, but probably the stream's right.
That is correct.
I think you did it.
Yes.
I think you succeeded.
5
All right.
episodes of it.
Yes. Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm found on Twitter, as you can see below, at jkelsey6892. I don't make stuff for sale or consumption. I post a lot about comics and some gay stuff. Not like inappropriate gay stuff, just like gay news, like, oh, bad things are happening. And
Boy, if that isn't a summary of gay news lately.
You post porn.
and then yeah, so I like nerdy things, and I'm here to play games and talk about things. And yeah, so I'm gonna pass it over to Sophie.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Sahoni. You can find me on Twitter at Sahoni_stuff. That's SAHONI_stuff, where I not only do the occasional game thing, I do radio. I'm on another podcast called Barking Points Memo, which is a semi-comedic current events podcast where we talk about the news and joke about it, and also talk about in a very kind of stress relievy way, and talk about things that you can do to help. You can also find me making games. I am a game designer. You can find my games at bramblewolfgames.itch.io. That's BRAMBLE wolfgames.itch.io. And you can find, if you can't figure out the link, just go to my Twitter. You'll find it there. You'll probably see me talking about the new games I'm making. You can also find my links to other websites if you don't want to be on Twitter, like Tumblr, which I realize is a weird sideways step in many ways. But I am on there, and I'm getting to be more and more active again. I'll pass it on. Let's go.
Hey, everyone. This big wide audience. I'm Netta. I'm also trans_father on Twitter. Not creating anything currently. I'm also just going on any open call APs and also charity streams. I love those. I love participating. I love being helpful. And I cannot succinctly define what it is that I post, but I think I have good taste. So that's all for me, and I'll pass it back.
Ted, are you suggesting it is a widely difficult thing to like synopsize your entire essence into a singular sentence?
Yeah, I find that elevator pitches give me like the worst fear of ever being in an elevator and having that sort of scenario happen to me, because I'm like, So if you want like the timeline of my life, it takes a few hours. But if you want like my interests, then that's the whole separate neurodivergent issue that you're gonna be stuck in here with me instead of me being stuck in here with you. So I feel like I'm sparing everybody by keeping it succinct.
Look, it is delightfully relatable. It's almost as if trying to summarize anything succinctly is just not really feasible. It's almost like nuance and layers exist to people.
It's almost like people are complicated, which big if true.
Yeah, that would be mind blowing. Honestly, I don't think I can comprehend that kind of world.
Impossible.
I'm just gonna let that sit there for a good, 3 seconds, but that'll feel about like 10 seconds. So I'm just gonna. I'm hoping if I leave it just long enough, it'll go from being awkward to funny again.
So how about the Lakers?
There we go. Hilarious.
Those Lakers. Let's go on.
I assume we're talking about like actual lakes, right? That's a thing.
No,
Lakers, people who go and look at lakes.
No, I was talking about the basketball team.
A Laker is a mariner, but on lakes.
Yeah,
actually.
I thought you were talking about them Great Lakes. America loves to talk about lakes. People who go on vacation to them lakes, Lakers.
We do.
I was gonna
As
go...
a Michigander, do not knock my lakes, man.
Okay. New idea for content. We just show Bardic like a very American term and have him attempt to guess what it means.
See, I was gonna attempt to do the worst, like, Minnesotan, Wisconsin-esque accent. Go, oh, we just like to go around them lakesy. You'll just hang out by the Lakers. That's what we call ourselves. We go on vacation, we hang out on the lakes. We're a properly good pair of Lakers. We are.
Look, the Midwestern dirty talk ecology is open again, so you can take that niche.
Yeah, my attempt at Wisconsin is basically just a slightly lessened Kermit. It's like, Kermit, you just get a little bit more in your throat. You go, bye.
Yep.
All right. Bardic, do not have roleplay our opponents as Kermit. Go.
Oh my god, why did I not think of a Kermit?
Can I request Ralph the dog? I just like him. He
I
seems
want
like
one
a chill
Miss
guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's one of Ralph's famous lines? Because I know he's been there a while.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't really.
I struggle to remember.
He doesn't really
done.
have any. He's just a dog that plays piano and is just kind of chill. That's why I like him.
I know he's got quite a lot of gravel in his voice. He's got like, no, Kermit, I'm just gonna play the piano.
Yeah. Well,
It's not a good one. I'm much better at Kermit and Miss Piggy.
I just watched like 10 seconds of Ralph, and yours is actually not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it is very much like, all right, we tried to like take like, it's like a very weird amalgamation of like, trying to remember. I forgot the word. Like,
basically, you take everyone from Creedence Clearwater Revival and just put them into one person, and make that person a dog.
I always kind of got like almost like someone trying to do a Louis Armstrong impression, but going, okay, but we can't like be verging on racist, so we need to make it clear that we aren't being Louis Armstrong, but we almost are.
I think CCR without the existential drag of like a moon cursing you is probably accurate.
Okay.
Because that's one of my favorite songs. It's just about a moon cursing you.
So before I attempt to give a recap, I already said it, so now I need to, put on my big boy panties and do a Miss Piggy, because I can't say I'm okay at Miss Piggy without proving it. So, Miss Piggy is kind of up here. And then she goes, how dare you! And then she's looking at the kid.
Amazing.
Oh,
look, I love the Muppets. The Muppets are fucking amazing.
but we should also like the game.
We should play the
Before-
game.
Play the
And-
game before we just.
And I'm very
Totally.
annoyed I did not think to put a Kermit character in. I'm very upset with myself. But it's fine, because the characters I've got I'm very happy with. They're very ridiculous. So, brief recap of events. Our wonderful group of children decided, hey, you know who should stand up to capitalism? Us. Literal 12-year-olds. We can take down capitalism. And, you know, the one adult who they conversed with went, okay. And thus they have done so. The group, they found where Elmer Husk is running his auditions for his incredibly, if not illegal, definitely immoral, you can't even say underground because it's right in the open, fighting
Literally.
ring. And yeah, the kids, they have been gifted the, I don't even know what to call it. They've been gifted holographic technology so they do not look like children to get around child labor laws. That is a thing I 100% understand would be a thing capitalists would do if they could.
I mean, they're doing it now, but continue.
And so our children are now in very, very impressive AR holographic cosplay, essentially, of their idealized versions of themselves, and have been thrown into an incredibly dangerous battleground, where we ended last session. One person we met before being Klaus. Not Klaus. Klaus is someone else. Heinrich, I believe I called him. That's the name I've written down, right? Yes, Heinrich. Klaus is someone else. Ignore me. Who's Klaus? What do you want about?
The model?
Pretty sure his name is Saint Nick and it's pronounced Claus. Thank you.
So yeah, there's Heinrich, who, you know, was being German and creepy, and then three other silhouetted figures who we didn't quite get to interact with because they didn't exist properly, but now they do. And the large warehouse you're in has been, you know, not converted. It hasn't, you know, done like a Yu-Gi-Oh-esque dueling arena came up from the ground. It's all hard light and holographs and AR. If you believed hard enough, you could probably run through it, but that would break the immersion, so it's recommended that you don't. But so there's some wonderful different environments. There's, you know, there's like, it's basically, yeah, you know what? For ease, I'm going to say it's created a miniaturized version of the town. So there's small little biomes. There's like a small woodlanded area. There's like a children's play area. There's some. There's the abandoned warehouse district, our Super Sentai shows. You need an abandoned warehouse district, obviously. Where else are you going to have giant explosions occur? A quarry. So there's all kinds of wonderful little biomes for you to go and interact with. So I'm going to immediately throw it on over to the group. We ended last time with you, you know, saying a badass one-liner, you know, cracking your knuckles and getting ready to take your first step out into this super confrontational environment. How would you like to proceed?
I would like a fall on my face immediately. What the Oh, okay, I'm alright.
You know what? Yeah. Undercut all that, like, tension and gravitas. Go. Because this is a comedy show.
Exactly.
Comedy manga.
Listen, if the big nice guy isn't a clumsy klutz every once in a while, then what's the point? Yeah.
I think, what's it? Kunal is going to, manifest, like, he's going to run, but he's going to use Kier to, like, create smoke and create the illusion of, like, a motorcycle charging at them as Kunal is running.
So immediately in my mind, because I am a massive fucking nerd who grew up on like early 2000s anime, I thought you were going to Shadow Clone Jutsu and have like
No,
four
not
of
yet.
you. But that's later. Okay, yeah. So you made you make a illusionary motorcycle.
Complete with a dual. No, I'm kidding.
Well, what early 2000s ass rock music is playing in Kunal's mind as you...
Obviously, the only answer for the memes, Free Bird by Leonard Skinner. Wait, I would like to preface this by saying, as of May 25th, 2023, I don't know if Leonard Skinner are scumbags or not.
Couldn't tell you.
I think it's safe to say probably, just because of the gratuitous use of the Confederate flag in a lot of their merchandise.
Okay, I did not know this. I did not.
What?
Fuck that. I just know a Free Bird, and that's about it. I'm glad my exposure to them is that limited.
What about
I
Limp
mean,
Bizkit? Is he an asshole yet?
Yeah.
He's an asshole?
Limp Bizkit, no. Kid Rock, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, Kid Rock,
Yeah,
definitely. But Limp Bizkit, you can just have keep rolling.
Just do something about like Rob Zombie, because on the back,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Like,
The Jet Set Radio and Sledstorm Classic Dracula.
There we go. So that's how Kunal. So Kunal, you
We
lead
are
the
the
charge.
daughters of the witches you didn't drag through the ditches.
mhm.
So Kunal, I believe, is taking the lead. Is anyone going to try and catch up so Kunal doesn't run too far ahead? Or are we going, he'll be fine?
Ooh. So what's kind of the rundown? What do I as Thomas kind of see like in front of me, I guess.
So from your perspective, where you were stood, it was originally like a very large warehouse. Imagine the type of place where you would store like lots and lots of grain type thing. So like needlessly big. And then through the magic of AR and holographic technology, immediately a bunch of trees and some buildings and all kinds of different environments appeared before you. I'm going to say immediately in front of you there's like there's a path that kind of just runs through all the different areas, but I'm going to say you're probably closest to a forest, like a forested biome.
Okay. In that case, I would like to try to kind of disappear into these trees.
Oh, heck yeah.
Not in a literal way.
It's gonna... Okay. I don't know if...
I wanna play it sneaky.
Sneaking is always an option. I don't know if there is a challenge you would like to roll for that, or if we just go, yeah, you sneaking.
Yeah, I let's just say I'm sneaking for now.
Yeah, we'll worry about needing to roll something if someone's trying to find you, if you're trying to sneak up on someone. So for now,
Yeah,
Thomas
exactly.
go sneak. Kunal go run,
Yeah.
Thomas go sneak. Greg go faceplant.
Oh,
Okay.
Sable, you're on a pony.
Yes, I am.
Well, what is your first port of call? Do you want to try and keep up with Thomas and try and hide in the trees? You going, oh shit, Kunal? Or you going, oh, Greg's on the floor? Or you going, I'm going to do my own thing because I'm an adult. Look.
So many options for Sable, who does want to be an adult.
These are just the ones I can think of. You can... Sable can turn around and go, no, I'm good, and leave if you wanted to. It's entirely your call. Do anything you want.
Their first adult decision.
It's not gonna go well for her. Yeah, no, she's probably gonna try and keep up with Kunal. That makes the most sense.
Yeah. Okay. So Sable on her majestic steed run and catch up to Kanar. So we've got a motorbike and a horse going down a path. Kanar, were you heading to any specific biome, or were you just running straight forward and seeing what you ran into?
What are the biomes? Remind me. Sorry, list the biomes. Like,
There's a forested area. There's like a children's playground. There's a quarry. There's an abandoned warehouse district-esque things. Like, just generic fighting arena-esque places. If you can think of one, it's probably there.
Oh, definitely like the warehouses, because I'm sure with his like graffitiing, he knows how to like navigate like the more suburban to urban spaces, and would just be like, oh, I can like hardcore parkour here.
Good, reasonable, logical assumption. I like it. So I also love the juxtaposition of Kanal going, all right, I'm going to be edgy and graffiti, and then next to her is a literal fucking horse. You know, these things belong together. Greg, after you have picked yourself up and dusted yourself off, you have noticed that your friends have seemingly started to splinter off. Are you going to go and join Sable and Kunal, or are you going to try and join Thomas in the trees?
Shit. Greg is going to just kind of walk in the direction. Not like, I'm so cool, I'm gonna walk. But just being very cautious and walking in the direction that Sable and Kunal went.
Okay.
Just like...
so, I'm trying to remember how initiative works in this, because my brain just entirely forgot. I know people have a number for it. This is really just so I can start going, well, focus on you first, and then you.
Yeah, so it is just called initiative.
Yeah.
Do we use our... Oh, right, no, it's just our super forms, right?
I mean, if you want to start in your basic, you can, but you can start in your super if you so wished. Okay, it's not that one, it must be this one. Okay, yeah, it says you roll using initiative, so I assume you just roll the number of dice in your pool.
Oh, is it roll dice or use the number?
I am not sure. It just said roll initiative, and if I opened up a PDF right now, it would throw up my stream. So I can't remember what we've done in the past.
I think we rolled the basic, because we start with 2 whenever we roll a test, and then you add the additional for any other test. So I think that's what we were doing.
Yeah, okay. I just found it. When a fight is about to start, it's time for players to roll initiative. The GM also rolls for NPCs involved. I'm just trying to remember what dice is it. I forget if it's 2d6 or dice.
It's always 6s.
Like, is it like you add 2d6 plus number, or is it like roll number?
It's a dice pool system mostly, I believe.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yes, it is a dice pool system. So, time to grab dice for dice ASMR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a while since we've had to roll initiative. We don't do tons of combat. I'm just going to ask if people could quickly note that down, Sven. We don't have to try and logic out and go, we'll focus on this. Like, we'll just let the numbers choose. That takes loads of pressure off of me. I don't have to focus on, like, storytelling or anything. Someone else does it.
I'm trying to see where it says specifically if you just use your dice, or if you use 2 plus 2 dice.
No. It's like the test section.
Yeah.
So it says when a PC attempts a task that has a significant chance of failure, they're attempting a test. The player rolls dice to determine. This game uses multiple six-sided dice, d6s on normal rolls. To resolve the test, the player assembles a pool of d6s based on their characteristics.
Okay. So just whatever your initiative is. Got it.
Yeah, so people could roll those for me. Do you only have one on your initiative?
Yeah.
Right?
My basic form, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait. Oh right. I should probably open the roll 20. But
I mean, if you want to roll meat space dice and just tell me what they are, I'll believe you.
let's see. I got 2 5s, 2 4s, and a 2.
Okay, so 10, 18, 20.
Yep.
So, what dice are we rolling very specifically?
Your initiative pool. So a number of d6 is equal to the initiative of whatever stage your
Oh yes, there's the big box labeled initiative that my eyes were glazing over.
Neda has rolled 7 for Sable.
I have rolled 13.
13. You know, this was so close to being perfectly in order. Did anybody roll a 6 for anything, just because that would be added onto the crit gauge?
No, I rolled a 5, but...
Okay. Just trying to keep track of it, because it is a thing we can use, and it's why it's on the initiative tracker. So we don't forget about it. We have done it in the past and had to go, wait, who rolled 6s? Alright, cool. So, Kanal, we will start with you. You're running. You will arrive in the more urban-esque warehouse type environment. Could you roll me a d4, please?
Oh boy. Trying to feel for dice that pricks me in the finger. ASMR. I'm fumbling the dice in my bag, looking for a pointy caltron. I keep finding a coin. There's like a giant coin in here for some reason.
I mean, it's a D1. Or a D2, excuse me.
Yeah. Is
like,
D1 just a counter?
Yep.
I got a 4.
Okay, you got a 4. So, let me see. This is wonderful. Okay. So, Kunal, you're running with a illusionary motorcycle underneath you. You've got ass rock playing in your mind, and I don't know if Kunal is singing it or humming it out loud. You get there and you start to arrive in this like abandoned warehouse-esque district. And as you arrive, it feels eerily quiet to begin with. As you bring yourself to a stop and go, all right, there's someone here. I can feel it. I can sense it. Do you want to see if you can spot or detect anyone specifically? You want to try rolling a test for that?
Okay, would I be able to do that and also try to like hide in response, like disappear in response, or?
I mean, yeah. If your first instinct is to get there, you know, I'm gonna hide into a shot. You can do that. You can say, I don't need to look for anyone else. I'm gonna wait. You whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think Kunal's instinct will be like, I'm going to hide.
Okay, yeah.
They'll expect me to look for them, but they won't expect me to hide.
Okay.
Um,
So, do you want to roll
So-
me a test for hiding then?
I feel like this would be. I'm trying to figure out if this would be agility or brain.
I mean,
I think
I-
agility. Wait.
I don't know if you want to use Kunal's stats or
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah. I think reflex.
Yeah.
Reflex on Kunal sounds more fun.
Okay, yeah. So let's see how many successes you get.
Maybe using Cure Smoke to like help, but
Yeah. Let's give you a boost. So
Dang.
success on a 3.
3, 3, 4, 1.
So 3, 3, 4, 1. So that is 3 successes there. You, however it is you wish to go into hiding, you use some smoke, you just look invisible, you have blended into the shadows. I don't know. Like, how do you want to be hidden?
Like whoever's hiding here sees just like giant motorcycling punk just do the equivalent of like how ninjas in movies like throw the smoke bomb, except never did the throwing motion, so it's just like puff of smoke and they're gone.
Hey, yeah, I really dig that. As you are in hiding, fairly certain. It's hard to pinpoint exactly. Sound is weird in here because there's obviously the natural acoustics of the giant building you're in, and the fake acoustics being created by all this fake stuff you're around. But if you had to pinpoint it sounds like wheels, like metal wheels, and some kind of like motion, like is moving, like almost like a locomotion. There's this can start to be heard.
I think Kunal would look around, see if there's something in the distance that makes noise, or that could
I'd
make
see
noise.
a city DJs off in the distance.
Like,
What? You can't see anything, like there's definitely no like large solid shape or anything that you can immediately make out, but it is the strangest thing. Like you are almost entirely certain you can see some neon green lights.
oh,
Like,
I
just-
mean like something solid that like Kunal could throw a rock at. Like something like it doesn't have to be the person themselves, but like an object for Kunal to hit with a rock.
Oh yeah, you can hit anything here. If you want to throw a rock at one of the buildings, you can. They'll make sound.
Yeah, I think Kunal's gonna throw a rock somewhere in the other direction from him, just to try and see if like that will make something happen and wreck something that Kunal doesn't care about.
All right, yeah. So you throw a rock, it hits something. The moment you throw a rock and contact is made, there's a satisfying thud of a rock hitting something, and then immediately following that, this blurred neon green streak goes straight across your vision, and it moves incredibly fast. It's also a little bit hard to make out the shape, but it's kind of elongated. Like it looks like a very long rectangle, as what you can make out. But as it comes to a stop, you see this character's so stupid. I love it. You see what you can understand as someone in their late 20s, maybe early 30s. She is she's wearing a bright pink headband on her forehead, holding up the biggest mass of not just like frizzy, like crimped red hair. She is wearing a like white leotard top that goes into harsh black dance leggings. She has bright pink wristbands on, and on her feet are these bright neon green rollerblades.
Oh no. Can we make friends?
As she brings herself to a sudden stop, and as she stops, her hands shoot out to her sides, and she goes, "Oh, on jazz hands,
No.
baby."
Oh no!
And with that,
Oh
Those aren't
no!
spirit
I
fingers.
know what's going
These are
on.
spirit fingers.
Oh no.
Andrew Lloyd Webber strikes again.
and with that, I'm gonna jump on over to Thomas in the woods.
Oh yeah.
Thomas, you are in the woods, in hiding.
Okay. To be fair, I think it is very actively he is being cautious.
Okay.
Entering into an area. Like, I think he is trying to stay hidden if he can, but I do not think he is, like, specifically, like, let me find a hiding spot.
Okay. So, just
Yeah.
a little bit sneaky, not like crawling, just like sneaky. Are you actively trying to keep a lookout for anyone, or are you?
Yes, that is why I'm being sneaky. I am very much trying to make sure that I don't get jumped.
Which would you rather roll here? Would you rather roll for your sneakiness, or to see if you can spot anyone else being sneaky?
I think I would like to see if I can spot anyone else being sneaky.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a little roll for that, please.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 dice for sharp senses,
Yeah.
and we'll say that's brains.
It can be whatever you want to justify it as.
Let's say brains. Okay, I'm rolling 6 dice for this.
Go
Mm.
for it.
Okay. That is 3 successes. One of them is a 6.
One of them is a 6. Woot woot. Let's put it on the crit gauge. Okay, yeah. So, as you are being a little bit sneaky, hiding behind trees, getting the vibe, you can hear a very audible sound. It's possibly quite a familiar sound. If you had to pinpoint it, it is the sound of someone wearing inappropriate boots whilst walking through woodlands. If you had to directly pinpoint it, you'd probably guess either Doc Martens or New Rocks. And you can see you can make out the figure of a girl approximately. I mean, it's hard to tell with the AR, but no older than her late teens, dressed head to toe in black, with a big black leather trench coat on. She has a short bob haircut that is dyed black with a single purple streak going through it. There is the very distinct glimmer of light reflecting off of the... I can't even call it excessive because I think it's a really cool aesthetic, but the sheer amount of jewelry that she is wearing on her fingers, wristbands, necklaces, as she's not even sneaking, she is just clomping through this woodland, looking very bored and very apathetic towards the entire thing.
Once again, can I be a friend?
So we got the theater kid and the goth kid that you found. As She makes a very audible sigh of sheer boredom as
Yeah.
in this moment she kind of just puts some fingers to her head, like, ugh, look, if you're there, just like come out. I'm so over this. Ugh.
I think Thomas is who I think like narratively he would not, but at the same time I know pacing wise this is the right move. I think like the confrontation has to happen. I think he wants to step out, but with the intent to unnerve.
Okay. What do you think that looks like?
Behind them if I can.
Okay, so you want to like get up close and behind them to.
Uh-huh.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see if I can do that.
Yeah. Let's roll a challenge there. So are you wanting to roll specifically for sneaking or for the spooking?
I think I want to roll for the sneak.
Okay, yeah. Let's go for that.
What? So agility, and I don't really have anything else that would work here. I don't think. Except for maybe I can push to try for loner because I'm trying to play it cool.
I don't know
Maybe.
if your kid type would get you.
Yeah, me neither. It's fine. I was trying to push it for the sake of edge in that sense, but one success.
Okay, so as you attempt to sneak up, she looks like she hasn't seen. She looks like she isn't paying attention. In fact, you get right up to her, and whatever it is you are about to do, like I don't know if you're gonna like try and like shoulders or I don't know, whatever it is you're about to do. As you get right up close, she hasn't turned around. She hasn't made any motion. She hasn't done anything. And she's like, dude, if you touch me, I'm gonna set you on fucking fire. And she starts to glow a deep purple, and this powerful heat starts to come off of her. And with that, let's jump over to Sable. Sable, you're on a horse. You are in pursuit of Canal. You would probably be quite close, so you probably would have seen Canal like arrive and then hide, and then you will have seen Rollerblade Woman zoom past and jazz hands. She has not paid any attention to you yet currently. So, what would you like to do? You can either go, I'm going to help here, or you can go, who knows? I'll go find something else to do.
I think she's very intrigued by the theater kid. I was trying to decide if she's ever seen one before. The answer is not likely. So I think she will stick around to help. Because in her excitement, she didn't want to necessarily leave Greg and Thomas behind, but she didn't necessarily charge with the intent of going at it alone. So I think she's gonna she has like a little jousting lance with her air. I think she like twirls it and sort of prances behind, like she catches up to where Kunal is on his mount. Probably wonders what the jazz hands are about, but doesn't say anything. she's like petting the super form's name's Marionette. She's just petting Marionette, and it's sort of vibrating in a ethereal, like somewhat layered up way, which kind of makes it unclear as to whether or not it's still a horse ghost or perhaps a ghost of something entirely different.
Okay, so you've essentially joined this encounter that's just on the cusp of starting. Does Mary feel any need to say anything or interact in any way with Jazz Hands Girl? Or is Mary just like, hey, I'm here. Don't ignore me. I'm on a horse.
I'm a horse.
Mary is the horse.
It's
But
Sable.
Sable.
Mary's on a horse now as well.
Mary's looking a little weird and off-putting as she normally does, but Sable, I think, is like maybe unclear. Like immediately after the announcement, it's like, "Oh, are we supposed to be fighting?" And is like, "Am I supposed to say hi to you? Why are you waving to me?" So she like waves, but that's it.
So you inquire why this person is jazz handing, and she's still there. You know, it's like the flair. You know, you just sometimes just got a jazz hand. It's gotta like, yeah. Let people know what you've done. It's like
What are you done with?
I was done my intro. You know, I did my opening number. It's like, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I missed the number, or
It was like a metaphor. Anyhow, hi. I think we gotta like fight. Which, you know, like I have many years of like stage combat, so I think I'm gonna be really great at this.
okay,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
real fighting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Like, looks at Kunal like, is this okay? Like, do you want to double up?
Kunal like gives like a nod and like a
And
Sable's eyes are just like a little glazed over. It's like, I'm gonna roll with it. We are supposed to be fighting after all.
with that, this theater kid, he kind of looks and goes, "All right. Well, I suppose it's only I should tell you my name. It's you gotta know who you're facing. You gotta know who the star is. The the main event." And with that, she kind of like starts to roll backwards on her skates. So that very cool and casual, like little bit of backward skating before lifting one skate up onto its heel and one onto its toe to make her like spin around on the spot. Before she kind of does a dramatic finish, she goes, "Name's Jasmine Hand. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my stage."
It's nice to
I
meet
think I
you.
hate her.
okay.
And
She has a lot of energy.
with that, as she finishes, she kind of the foot that was pressed onto its heel, he pulls that back and makes her rollerblade start spinning. As it's lifted up, and this spinning creates like a lot of like kinetic energy that seems to be building, and you see her spirit ally begin to take shape as around her this neon green light starts to draw a shape around her. And you're fairly sure it's starting to resemble a train as she looks as if she's getting ready to charge. And I love that the theater kids are going, "Why the fuck would you do this, Bardic? What have you fucking done?" And with that, let's hop over to Greg. Greg, you are cautiously making your way down a path, trying to figure out what to do and where to go. You see in the distance the flash of neon green, and you see in between the trees a deep purple haze. What is Greg thinking? There's a lot of stuff going on.
Greg is unsure exactly where his friends ran off to. And seeing the green and the purple, he's going to make a snap decision, and in his head he's like, alright, Sable likes horses. She's on a fake horse. Horses run through the woods sometimes, and she would do that. And he suddenly, where he's just kind of walking a little bit slowly, he goes kind of without, how do I want to say this? He kind of immediately turns and goes at a full runner's pose and just sprints into the woods towards the purple haze.
Okay.
Just to try to get there as quickly as possible.
Before you start to sprint off, you just roll a d2, flip a coin for me quickly.
Okay. That sounds like fun. Alright, I could type it. Go D2 option. To just click on. It's a 2!
Okay, yes, wonderful. Just as you take your runner's pose, and just as you're about to sprint off, I mean, this won't stop you from sprinting off, but it might make you want to change your actions. It maybe won't. I don't know what you're feeling. But literally, you strike your pose, you're about to sprint, and you hear a faint whistling sound as right next to your foot, you see a small object smash into the ground as if it had just been fired at you from a distance, and a large puff of dust comes up from the floor. Someone has tried to shoot you, Greg.
Yeah, so Greg will panic and continue running into the woods.
Yeah, just
oh fuck! He doesn't say fuck. He goes, oh jeez! He goes on a skip run.
Yeah, which is very, very appropriate. So someone tried to shoot Greg, and Greg's running off into the woods. Wonderful.
It's harder to shoot between trees.
A very good logic there. Oh, sorry. Got very dry for a moment. Okay.
I mean, the smart thing to do when you're getting shot at.
Yeah, panic. So, with that, we will go back to Canal. Canal, you're seeing a theater girl summon a giant train, apparently, and it looks like she's about to charge at Sable. What is your immediate plan of action, your immediate thought?
I think while she's revving up, and while Sable was keeping her attention, I think Kunal was would try to slowly let Kier's smoke seep onto the floor of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Enough to try to pass it off as oh, this must be a fog machine set here or something, to wow the viewers. And the minute she tries to run at Sable, is going to just put the image an illusion of a brick wall, and Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote style, just put a brick wall right up in her trajectory to see how she reacts to that.
Okay.
And also that's Sable's powers.
Okay, yeah, I dig that. So next up, it would actually be Jasmine Hands. She begins. Her train is fully formed, and she starts charging. In fact, she even shouts out an attack name as she gets ready to do. She goes, I hope you're ready for a whole lot of locomotion!" And begins to zip forward. And as she does so, this train forms around her and stretches back, and there's a loud like train whistle as a brick wall, as far as she understands, appears in front of her. I'm just going to have her roll. What do I think would be the best roll here? Is she going to try and charge through it, or is she going to try and dodge it, or is she going to try and stop? Well, I don't think she's going to try and charge through it. That's not really what she does. She's not really set up to kind of dodge. She's going to try and stop herself here. So, that's not great. She panics at this, and you see her trying to stop herself, and she tries to like put one skate in like a T position, try to stop herself, and she ends up like tripping and falling and tumbling, and she rolls and gets to the wall and just kind of passes through it because it's an illusion, and she looks very, very frustrated at that. But yeah, with that, you stopped her making use of one of her big attacks, which is very, very nice. So Kanal can be very satisfied with that. That will be Jasmine's whole turn. So we will hop over to Thomas. Thomas, the goth girl just apparently set on fire. What do?
I think he's going to hold his hands up like, "Whoa, hey." I think he is very quickly switching tactics, because I think what he was trying to do was going to try to like spook them and make in a way that was like, "Look how capable I am.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be on my side?" But instead, yeah. But I think in this case it's very much a hey, I don't want to fight if I don't have to.
Okay. Do you want to try and roll a test on that? See if you can coerce this girl into not turning her fire on you?
Yes, but I think as I'm saying this, I am going to be preparing something.
Go for it.
I think it is very much a, I don't want to fight if I have to, but if I have to, is very much the tactic here. What am I rolling? I'd say heart, maybe?
Yeah, I think heart sounds
actually,
good.
Let me roll his logic, actually.
Okay.
My kid's logic. I think he very much wants to appeal to a sense of reason.
Okay.
One success.
Okay, so let's see that compared to... Okay.
Oh, actually, can I add quick-witted?
Quick-witted, I'll say we'll let you get a boost on that, so 3 will count as a success.
Then I have 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Opposed to her 3 successes, it's sadly still...
still a bit short. Okay, but not as
short.
bad.
How do you... What do you imagine Thomas is trying to say at this point? You know, like, oh...
Yeah. He's just like, I don't know what reasons you have for fighting, and they're probably good ones, but we gotta find... I don't want to play this asshole's games. I want to find a better way.
She she still has her back to you. She's not turned around. She kind of just looks over her shoulder, and you see this absolute death stare. You know, well, exactly the kind of stare you get from a teenage goth. Just like,
of course.
Oh god, she is gonna stab me.
Yeah.
She's giving that over her shoulder. And you go, you like wouldn't understand. You just don't get it. You don't know. You don't know me. You don't know my life. You don't know what anything. You look at you.
You don't know me, but I'm still offering a hand.
You think this is about you? Oh my god. You think you're so important. Ugh. Ugh. And and with that, this
I think they're very much kind of in a skulk off right now more than anything else.
You got two loner kids and put them together, and it's going. You don't know me. You don't know me.
Yeah,
my life's like really hot. My life's hard. As this purple.
You think you're the only one with a hard life?
Look, I have like issues with like my family because they just like don't get it.
Join the club.
Tell me about it.
I'd rather not. Like, you think you could help me? You think you get me? But I'm like, I'm so complex, deep. Like,
oh my god,
the only person who gets me is like Sylvia Plath.
You
And this purple flame that seems to be around her. She
Oh no!
Oh no! Hey! I did not make that connection.
I thought it was like, is her ghost partner Sylvia Plath? I know how she died.
That wasn't the connection. No. As what she does is she takes this purple flame energy and it kind of sits as a ball in her hand, and she goes, "All right, Wisp. Let's show this little boy what true angst is." And the purple flame turns a deep, dark black, like obsidian black in her hand. As she then just casually holds it out. And releases her fingers from it as it just slowly floats over to you. Before it will try and erupt. So she's going to try and hit you with her signature attack, Burning Black. So, no need to remember how attacks work. She will be attacking with... she'll be attacking with that one. So, if memory serves, I roll an attack and then it's marked against your... Like, you roll a defense, I believe?
Yeah, you roll the dodge roll.
Yes, you roll dodge. Okay, so...
You can push it or spend bond points, etc.
Oof. Okay, that's not great on her part.
Well, it's a good thing that I rolled 4 successes on 4 dice and 2 of them were 6s.
Okay,
Dang,
yeah.
Thomas is going on.
So that goes up there. So as this small black ball of fire floats towards you, Thomas, you entirely manage to avoid this as it starts to.
I think I want to try to take this explosion an opportunity to take my hiding place back in the woods if I can.
Oh, 100%.
Because this is how I work.
You just go,
okay.
Giant ball of black fire, I'm a no pout. So, as that begins to calm back down, and the small ball of fire returns to her, it's returned back to its purplish color, and she kind of brings it back and holds it again and be like, huh.
To which I'd like to use mine if I can.
Yeah.
I would like to use. I'm gonna use an attack I haven't used yet. Actually,
go for it.
He's going to say Alisokwa Ludi Sadudi, which is bear trap, essentially.
Okay.
And I want a basically out of metal and stone rising from the earth. I want like a bear trap to materialize and snap.
That sounds amazing. All right, yeah, let's go. So, roll your stat to try and hit.
Okay, and this is rank 2 and power, right?
I believe you can, if you can justify whatever stat you want to justify, you can roll with that. So you can roll power, heart, brains, or agility.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, power is used to get damage, but to hit someone, it can be any stat of your choice, so long as you like justify it.
Yeah. This is. Can I justify that this was part of Quick-Witted? Because he was on the defense.
I would 100% allow that, so you can get a boost.
Then I have 4 successes. One of them is a 6.
Okay, that trumped her 3 successes on her agility. So, her bear trap comes out of ground. Chomp.
Yeah, it is a stunning strike.
Okay, now let's remind myself how stunning works. So glad I have all these things written down. It should be under signature attack effects. Stunning, 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 stunning. Okay, so she's gonna miss her next turn.
Yeah. There we go.
And how much damage did that do?
That did. I was opening up the Animon book at the same time. 8.
Nice. So that is a nice solid hit, and she's like trapped in this bear trap, and she's like, ugh. Very apathetic, but disgruntled.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we will hop on over to Sable. Sable. A theater kid on rollerblades who took on the shape of a train has tumbled before you and is crumpled on the floor, looking kind of aggravated. What would you like to do?
She sort of straightens up, hops off of Mary. Is like, oh, that was really cool. Now it's my turn. And then she has Marionette use her signature ability, which called it Dissonant Rush of Screams, where like the corporeal nature of like 90% of Mary's body just like dissipates, turns into like a whip-like tail. Like she charges the theater kid on the ground. Now with like a pink saddle to sit on top behind with I don't think there are any other AR effects. Yeah, there's just effect one's called efficient, which I was trying to see if I remembered what these did. There's efficient and misdirect, which I don't think misdirect is necessary, but I can just roll.
Let's just double
would I roll?
check. So efficient means this doesn't count towards your total use because this is the first time you're using this attack in this combat. So you still have your full set of signature attacks. And misdirect. So if it is successful, you disorient the target, as well as dealing damage. And yeah, so
disorient has a setback.
Yeah, it means that she's going to be rolling with setback on her next turn.
Okay, then I think I'll just roll. Do I roll I roll damage, right?
Yeah, you're going to try and slap up.
Yes, essentially.
With a ghost
psychic
horse.
slap. Yeah. I guess that's 66. That's not it. Let me try one more time. Okay.
Okay,
I got
I'm
a
seeing
3, 2, 3, 5, 6, and a 3.
Well, I'm gonna say you've got a boost on this because she's crumpled up on the floor. So
Okay.
3s will be a success there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 successes, and 1 is a 6 to add to the critical gauge. So I'm going to tell you this right now. She physically can't block this. And she got 0 successes. So Ghost Horse Smackdown. How does this look?
I think it makes most sense if there's like some like from the main of the ghost head, there's like smaller spirits that look somewhat like horses, but more like ghostly skeletons at this point, also forming around in a pincer and like bum rushing her. And we don't hear very much. She's just hearing like a barrage of something like a cross between a scream and like a horse running for its life, running for, you know, like to save its owner. We don't know. Like it's definitely like a pained animal sound that she's hearing stacking on itself.
So
and then
it's very
some like
terrifying.
slight undertones of like, you could have done better. Right on there.
The disembodied voice of her parents going, you know, we support you and love you, but maybe you could have made different choices.
Yeah.
Can I just say I love that she was like, I'm gonna charge you with a train, and like messes up, and Sable's like, charge you with a stampede of horses. Whoa. That's called nature versus machines. What that is.
I think that's amazing. The image of this poor girl just having a series of ghost horses like stomp on her. Like, chef kiss.
Psychic stomping for sure.
So with that, we will hop over to Greg. Greg, you are running. As you are running, the purple light in the woods seems to lessen, and then a black light seems to be growing. And as you get closer and closer, the black light diminishes, and you hear a very loud, satisfying crunch of metal on metal, followed by a sigh of disgruntled apathy. As you arrive, you see this goth girl being trapped in a bear trap. And Thomas, you went back into hiding, sneaking in trees, correct? So you see a bear trap and a goth girl, and don't really have much more context.
Oh jeez. Hi. Wow, this is. Why would they do this? All right, I'm getting shot at. Let me try to help you. And Greg's gonna like try to open up the bear trap, cause that's what a kind kid does. Without any context.
Yeah, so you go up and she just kind of gives you this glare, like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's this whole BS. Like, you know, this total loser just started to like get up in my face and, you know, was trying to like shove him away, and then, you know, he just brought this bear trap out of like nowhere. It's totally weak. What kind of loser does that?
I don't know. So I'm using no, it's not my desire. This is my trait. I don't know. That's awful. Okay. How do we? I don't know how Greg we try to undo this bear trap, because he could probably easily tell it's like a mystical bear trap, right?
Oh yeah, you can tell this is, spirit energy. It's
Mhm.
Kuryoku. Another shaman did this. This isn't just like, oh, she walked into a real bear trap. This is like
Right,
a
yeah.
large, oversized one that's clamped around her. So like her body is
Mm.
under it and just her head sticking out, and she's being very disgruntled by it.
Okay.
If you want to try and roll a challenge, maybe try and break it or help her, maybe try and get her not stunned for the next round.
Sure. Love it. Love the role play going against our benefit. All right. Yeah. So I think yes. Okay. I'm going to have Greg try to rip it open. And I'm going out of my way to help someone in need, quote unquote. So I would like to boost it with my kid type feature.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
All right. So I don't have any other trait that would help because spirit or talent that would help. Okay. So I'm gonna roll 46s with 2 successes, one of them a crit.
Let me just add that onto the gauge. So Honey, remind me, how many successes did you get to hit with that?
I believe 4.
4. Okay. So I'm gonna say it's a really solid fight. So Greg, you aren't gonna just break it, but you're helping,
Sure.
and that's what matters. You aren't going
Yes.
to fully get rid of this bear trap, so this girl is still going to be stunned, but you are actively helping. You are assisting.
Yes. What is? This is really good. A wrong shaman gave this. We should watch out.
Now, before we move back to Canal, Greg, as you are assisting this perfectly lovely, innocent goth girl who was attacked by some nefarious stranger.
Yeah.
Love to be nefarious.
Nefarious.
Considering you just got shot at, I'd say you're probably slightly on edge, even though you
Yeah.
So you'd probably get a sensation of this, so you will get a chance to dodge. But someone is taking a shot, and oh yes, we'll go with that. So if you would like to roll me your dodge, please.
All right. All-in will try to block whatever's happening.
Okay.
46. 3 successes and a crit.
Okay, lovely. Love to see that. So, you think you hear the faint sound of a whistle yet again, and in some bullet time nonsense, you just kind of tilt your head, and the bullet zips past you.
Ah.
And as you stand there, still trying to pull a bear trap gun. Wow, I'm really good at dodging bullets. The bullet stops in midair, turns back around, and flies into you. You're going to take less damage here than normal, so you're only going to take 2 damage from this.
That's on to Owen, not Greg.
Pardon?
Who's getting hurt specifically, Greg or Owen?
Take the damage off of the Animon.
Okay.
Even if it's not physical hitting the Animon, we're just going to use their stats because that's easier. We're not actually shooting children.
Right. So 2 points of damage. Ow.
Yeah.
Oh shit! That time he does curse. Everything he goes up. Yeah.
And we will go back to Canal. Canal. You're watching Theatre Kid get stampeded by a bunch of horses.
Oh boy. Kunal is trying to just keep himself hidden and try to let Train Girl sorry. Jazz hands think she's fighting a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And probably hope that I think what he's hoping is that she's confused between the smoke and the barrage of psychic horses, and trying to keep her thinking like she's fighting just one very powerful illusionist.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable.
So I'm trying to think what to do here that isn't just I wait.
I mean, if you would like to, waiting is an option. You can have prepared action. So if it looks like Jasmine Hands is going to stand up and do something, you can maybe have something ready. Or
yeah, I think when if Jazz Hands, I think Kunal will just be ready to do something if Jazz Hands tries to wind up an attack or tries to break away.
Mm-hmm.
And Kunal will just let Tyr spread their smoke, spread their influence. Just let it continue.
Remind me, what was your roll on your stealthy hide time?
I had 3 successes.
Okay.
No crits.
Wonderful. Okay. So, as Jasmine Hands starts to dust herself off, and shake off the ghost horses, she kind of shakes herself a little bit, and she starts to wind up her rollerblades again. She starts rolling, and as she begins to bring forth her spirit ally, who takes he takes a physical shape next to her, and you see quite a tall-looking man dressed in the very stereotypical Tudor-esque attire, what one would see in a very typical history book. So a ruffled collar and puffed out pantaloons and tights, and slightly balding head on the top, mustache, well-groomed facial hair, and he looks and goes, Mistress Hart. Now, I know you're taking the performance very, very seriously, but might I recommend, if we were to go for an attack, we not go for the needlessly flamboyant and theatrics and musicality, and instead going for a more subtle approach. Find the gravitas in the moment. And Jasmine starts to have a disagreement with her spirit ally. She's like, no, but it's musical theater. It's you take the best parts of theater and you make it musical. It's I played Richard the Third. I'm quite attuned to the theatrics of everything. I'm merely suggesting we attempt subtlety and a nuance. Starlight Express. Her spirit ally is not enthralled by musical theatre. He is a very, very upset Shakespearean actor. As she is having this discussion and trying to sort herself, she's a little bit shaken. It starts to feel a little bit cold in this vicinity, and fairly certain there's a jingling, a little. It's not really. Is that snow? I think there's some snow. It's from seemingly, literally the sky. A huge, and I mean huge, looking dude. This incredibly white, incredibly pasty, jacked up, muscle-bound beefcake man drops from the sky and punches Jasmine Hand in the face.
Is that like a person or like is it a being, like is it a person or like
Looking at this, it kind of like you're fairly sure this is a regular people, but there's definitely something strange. It's like it is a human shape, it is a human body, and looking at it, if you start to look at it a little bit closely, you can kind of start to make out that huge parts of a body has been created through Ryoku. But underneath, you can kind of, like, if you look at the eyes, you see the deep, bright blue sunken-in eyes of Heinrich. He goes, "Oh, guten Tag, friends. I'm sorry to be putting you like this, but you're on my list. So, it's time for you to be marked naughty. Now, where is the little one? Where is Kunal? Kunal? I know you're here. You would be so kind as to stop hiding. Santa Claus has a present for you."
I just straight up make a joke earlier, like, oh no, he came Klaus, who's Santa Claus? And you're like, shut the fuck up, Jimmy.
This big, beefed up, like, it looks like. So when I say like beefed up, I don't mean just like ooh bodybuilder. Like no, this is stacked. This is hench. This is someone who has been doing manual labor outside for 20 years, built like a brick shit house, and just dropped a teenage girl in the face.
I think Kunal will do what he was going to do to Jazz Hands and is going to use Pipe Dream to create an image of the Grinch trying to steal his bag.
Okay. So, do you want to roll for this, please?
I will. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's time to oversell. I think this would be a brains, and I don't think he's oversouling yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll. Oh wait, no. With my using signature attacks, that's always power, right?
No, I think you can use anything for signature attack.
Yeah, I think this is more of a big brain play.
Go big brain.
So that's 4 successes, 6, a 5, and 2 4s.
Well, let's add the 6 to the list. So yeah, and let me quickly check Heinrich's stats. Heinrich is not good at dodging stuff. Only 2 successes. So yeah, you land your hit as the Grinch. I assume with musical accompaniment.
Oh yeah, like they're like just like the instrumentals to You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch start.
So
And like as Santa's looking around, it's like a very smoky image of the Grinch taps his shoulder, and when he turns around, the Grinch just knocks him in the, like punches his nose.
see, if I was more creative, I'd try and come up with a verse for You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, where he punches Santa in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Santa in the face.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You popped out Santa's jaw.
You grabbed him by the beard. You knock him in the nose, Mr. Grinch.
And then you kicked him while he was down. And now you're heading out. I love it.
Nice, love it.
So good.
So how much damage did that just do? And did it incur any other effects?
And right now, Mr. Klaus will be under the effects of misdirect.
Wonderful. So, with the attack from Heinrich and Niklaus, Jasmine Hands is stunned, so she is not getting her turn. So we can hop right on back to Thomas. Thomas, you have watched your friend come up and try to undo your hard work, and then your friend got shot. By magic bullet.
Okay, and I guess my first reaction is going to be, I want to see it, if I can find the person who's doing the shooting.
All right, yeah.
Because if it's a question of fire versus fire, I know that that his partner will be able to kind of help.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm not that worried about this fight. I'm worried about the guy in the woods hiding.
Okay, so you're gonna try and use your keen senses and see if you can find where Shooty McShoot
Yes,
is.
This is actually something I can use my kid archetype, because part of the loner is protect your true friends.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's go for it. Let's see what your elf eyes can see.
Okay, so sharp senses 2. What are we doing? We're doing brains 4. And then they're boosted?
Yes.
Okay. Who? 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a lot of dice, but I didn't really have a good roll.
I mean, do you want to try pushing a bond to re-roll it?
Sure. What does that actually do? Like, how do I do that, I guess? Bond level 2.
Good question, because I know it's a thing that I occasionally go, oh yeah, that's a thing you can do. How does that work?
When you push a roll, you decide to push, you spend 1 bond string, and you re-roll all your dice.
Oh, then yes, I would absolutely love to do that.
Let's do it.
You can only do it once.
That is a much better roll. That is 3 successes.
Okay.
So not much better, but
are any of
I
them
did
sixes?
get 3 successes. No.
Nope, that's absolutely okay. I mean, so surprisingly, this guy is not hiding. He's just surprisingly far away. If you follow the trajectory of the bullet, assuming that it only became magic after it missed, you kind of look through the trees and you look out into an entirely separate area where, stood on top of like a small like metal almost like scaffolding structure from a children's play area. It's like, can't remember what it's called. It's not a jungle gym. Just like, like one of those metal domes that are obviously way too dangerous, but we let children play on them for some reason. Stood on top of that, you see someone who appears to be maybe in their late teens, early 20s, wearing a white vest top. They appear to have like blue overalls on that have been taken off from the top and arms tied around the waist. They seem to have grease marks on their hands. They've got a set of like welder's goggles on, and they seem to be holding like a wrench and using that to like locate stuff. And
can we be friends?
objectively speaking, this guy's pretty freaking hot. You know, like, if like Iron Man started playing, you'd be like, yeah, this is like some proper garage mechanic hunk. He kind of stood there, you know, holding his wrench out and kind of looking, and then just poised over his shoulder seems to be the vague spiritual form of what you can only describe as someone in very like stereotypical Western cowboy aesthetics, but a little bit zhuzhed up, as she has stood behind him in boots and like a checkered shirt, and she's like kind of smiling and laughing, and he's like, So there's a mechanic with a sharpshooter out there taking pot shots while no one's paying attention to him.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I gotta put a stop to that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go make a break to find this guy.
I am, but also I want to give him a taste of his own medicine.
Hell yeah.
I want to take my own shot.
Heck yes, let's go.
So camera pans in and we finally see what Rabbit Killer in Oversoul is.
Mm-hmm.
Rabbit Killer in Oversoul is basically transposed as like a jacket that he's wearing. There is a wolf head, like a hood, down over his face, and like the arms are kind of where the arms would be and everything, but kind and kind of claw-like motion. So it feels like it's almost like wolf-based power armor.
That's amazing.
Love it.
But it's only like the top half, because that's the jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to point like Yusuke Urameshi, like with the finger gun, and then he's gonna go Waigilita and shoot a wolf-headed arrow. And I want to use Sharp Senses and Trick Shot on this, because I got that from leveling up.
Frick yeah. Do it! Because double boosting is a thing. You can succeed on a frickin' 2.
Okay.
It's not common, but you can double boost.
Double dip.
Here we go. Let's get power in there, because I really want to make this shot. 4 successes. One of them is a 6.
Okay, let's put that in contrast. Okay, you get a shot in. How does this look?
So what's going to happen is the arrow is going to come in from this guy's side.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, it's very specifically, I think he learned a lot from that first encounter with the bear.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to ricochet his shot so it looks like it's coming from his behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to bite him. I'm really tempted to say just bite his ass.
Look,
I wanted to bite.
Just gonna say,
yeah,
from an objective position.
I want to bite at his shoulder with this.
Yeah.
And it's going to dig in deep.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a block break on that.
Nice. Very nice indeed. So, yeah, arrow Tom, and this pretty stoic, cool-looking guy has a very, even though he's quite a way off from you, there's a very visible change in demeanor, as with like wasn't expecting to get hit, isn't accustomed to getting hit. How much damage is that?
If we're holding on, if I'm using the form damage that I'm in, I believe that's 8.
Ooh, yeah, good damage. You've taken this guy entirely by surprise. Like he's still standing, but
yeah,
he is shook, shaken,
and
in his boots.
Yeah, and you know what's good about this is block break. What does that do again? I can choose to do half damage to make the target vulnerable instead of dealing normal damage. I'm not going to do that in this case because I'm not really close enough to take advantage of this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to know that I have this option.
It is. It's something good to make notes of. But real nice hit, and you've taken this guy by surprise, which is very cool. Okay, yes. So it would have been Goth Girl's turn, but she is busy being stunned. So then we will go to Sable. Before we do that, I just want to quickly check with Jamie. Jamie, you said you have to be finished like quite soon, right? So if we,
I can do another like 15.
Yeah. So if we finish this round, and then we'll call it a session here tonight. So the combat will not be finished, but we're good, solid, like more than halfway into it, which is very cool. So we'll be able to finish that off next time. So we will go to Sable. Sable. You were beating up Rollerblade Girl, who she was getting all confident and ready for another attack, and then Santa dropped down from the sky and clocked her lights out. She is stunned, and now Santa is being creepy, and you know, you're waiting for Santa to get out some beer bottles and start telling someone to come out and play. Yay!
Yeah, I think she just starts crying.
Santa, no!
Very hard specifically, like, she's gonna do this. This is going to, like, make a chain reaction affect Mary to, like, embolden her and also, like, whip her up a bit to, like, see what the heck's going on and then turn. And I'm probably gonna use her tiny tag-along feature to, like, be overlooked, as in, like, run away while Mary, knowing that this is like the actual, like, an actual problem for Sable, is probably going to just attack in the same manner, same attack, multitudinous screams of despair, like with a grating, gravelly neighing and screaming, and then also like whispers of like naughty, 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 naughty. You're on the you're on the naughty list.
Oh.
You're not even the real Santa.
I see mall Santas do it better.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you want to roll that attack, please?
I would love to. That's a 66, and then I forget. It's not just a 66 because I have a rank. It's rank 2, so I have to do 7.
Yes, but rank does give you an additional roll.
Woo! So many. I'm gonna. All right, that's cool. That's a.
Okay, so I'm seeing 1, 2 successes. Oh no,
Wow.
4's a success as well. Hang on, I'm a liar, aren't I?
I got 5.
So a lot of successes. Wonderful. Santa's not very good at dodging. Santa is not a nimble dodge boy.
Sick
So
man.
So yeah, start horse chomping. How much damage is that, please?
Damage is total numbers of.
Just the damage stat.
Okay, so that's 6.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So sadly, you might have Santa's attention.
No.
But
I knew that would probably happen.
thankfully, before Santa moves, Kunal gets turned, so maybe Kunal can distract him.
Okay.
But we'll have to see about that next time. But for now, Greg,
Cliffhanger.
you've got the final action of this round. You just got shot. Goth girl.
I'm assuming. Yeah, go ahead.
Goth girl's still in front of you. What would you like to do, Greg?
I'm assuming Thomas stepping out, saying words, and shooting a giant's or a mystical wolf arrow breaks his stealth? Question mark.
You know what, I'm gonna ask Sahani. Sahani, do you think your actions would have made you noticeable to where Greg and Goth Girl are?
I think if this wasn't anime,
Fair.
I think like the law of anime is you gotta say your attack name. So
True.
That is very
yeah.
true.
But I think he was very purposely trying to keep cover, so that way he could kind of throw off this guy and not be spotted immediately after bouncing his shot.
Yeah.
So
if we want
probably not.
If we want to justify Greg not being shot, it's like, Greg, you were just shot. You're probably a little bit more focused on that.
Totally fair. I guess it depends on what Greg does. So Greg would then probably like scramble behind the giant's bear trap. And be
the bear trap will have probably like faded away by now because Goth Girl turn has gone past. So you can say you helped and it helped break her up, and that's her turning unstunned.
Do you think it was the shooty guy? Do you think like who hit you? Like what did you look like?
He was, just like a guy, and she kind of describes Thomas. In like a really demeaning way, like.
Hey, like I think I got that. Wait, did you kind of blow up my friend?
Your friend like tried to sneak up and attack me in the woods.
I mean, it kind of.
I was defending myself.
That doesn't sound a lot like Thomas to just like attack someone. I mean, being sneaky, sure. I don't know, that's weird. Who are you?
My name's Willow.
Willow? That's cute. I'm Greg.
Oh, thanks, Greg. Real cool of you. Her purple ball of fire, she kind of puts on her finger. It retains this spherical shape, and this is my ally, Wisp.
Oh, cool. This is Allen, and like the butterfly kind of pops up.
Nice. You've got like a fairy spirit too. That's freaking dope.
Yeah, you know what, Willow? Despite you apparently trying to blow up Thomas, I think you're cool.
I know.
Alright. Let's go find this jerk who shot at me. The bullet came from that direction. Greg is gonna walk, like towards where he thinks the bullet came from, which.
As you start to walk away, Willow like catches up. She goes, "You're not just like leaving me here in the woods, are you?"
Oh no, sorry, I kind of thought you were gonna come with. Do you want to come with?
Yeah, she is going to very assertively hook her arm into yours and almost demand you escort her out of the woods. She is taking full control here.
I don't know if the AR will let it show, but Greg is blushing real hard. Greg's like, oh, okay, yeah.
So,
let's go to the woods.
So, Greg, as you begin to escort this goth girl out of the woods, her spirit ally Wisp, who was this little purple, starts to like flicker this reddish orange hue as she tries to not make direct eye contact with you.
Okay.
As we approach the end of tonight's session, just to recap where everyone is and what everyone is doing, Kanal has revealed himself and started a fight against the most jacked up Santa Claus anyone has ever seen.
Yes.
Jacked up Santa Claus just punched a theater kid in the face. She is not unconscious, but she is a little bit dazed. Jacked up Santa Claus is also being attacked by an ensemble of ghost horses, whilst our small child, posing as a fully ass-grown woman in armor, is starting to run away, going, "No, Santa, no!"
Yes.
Meanwhile, the sexy mechanic is slightly panicked due to a wolf arrow biting him, as what I can only describe as someone in wolf power armor is sprinting through the woods to attempt to beat up the sexy mechanic. And the nice guy has a goth girl on his arm who is demanding he escort her out of the woods.
Yeah.
Would anybody...
Look, I'm like, you know what? Like, this is very Greg, but I'm like, I kind of want to go fight. But, like, yeah, alright. If she wasn't like, oh, you have a fairy too? That's cool. If she was like, your friend was mean and kind of a jerk, Greg would be like, no, he's not. Like, you get something. He's like, no, your fairy's super cool. It's like, oh, we both have fire fairies? Yeah, this is awesome.
Would anybody wish to essentially have the final panel of this manga, the final scene of this episode, their character to do or say something as it gets ready for the to be continued?
I think what's it? I think Kunal would look at a like wooden box. Like it looks like it has this ornate wooden box that depicts like a tiger, like a humanoid tiger figure.
Mm-hmm.
And it has like all these ornate markings on it. Probably like markings in Hindi.
Mm-hmm.
And just like it would show him like undoing the clasp and starting to open it, and like even thicker smoke than what Kier normally generates comes out, and I feel like that's where the to be continued arrow comes right in.
I dig this. This is amazing.
Cool.
All right, so slightly short session tonight because I need to get up early, and I know Jamie has to go and do things. But unless anything occurs, we should be back in 2 weeks, whatever date that would be. If I look at the calendar real quick, the 8th.
June 8th.
Yeah. So thank you to viewers. Thank you to wonderful players. Have been, and will continue to be the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all as the Bardic Knock. I hope you have enjoyed this. I have enjoyed this, and these ridiculous NPCs, who I think might actually recur a little bit, depending on how the rest of this goes. Or, evil Santa Claus is gonna punch someone in the face some more, I guess. That is also an option. So, JT, who are you, and would you like to give sign-off words?
JT at Brownest Nerd on Twitter. Working on being Epic Impulse at Hive, co-host, Tumblr. Good night, y'all. Beware of Santa. And I'm going to pass it over to JB, who, because Discord likes to bug, is like a loading screen on my call.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I think I'm all right.
though.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
the
good.
call is, nerfed on my end for you and for Neda.
Aw.
Cries.
Like, Neda's been like a frozen blur for like the last 15 minutes. I didn't want to say anything yet. Like during the action, because I knew it was like so close to the end.
Okay. Well, I'm Jamie. I play the nice to a fault, apparently, Greg. And yeah, I'm JKelsey6892 on Twitter, and I do stuff every once in a while, like play games with friends. And yeah, I'm gonna chuck it over to Sahoni.
Hi, I've
I
been
get it right
Sahoni. Hi, I've been Sahoni. You can find me on Twitter at Sahoni_stuff. That's SAHONI_stuff, where I not only do various radio things like Barking Points Memo, but I'm also a game designer. You can find all of my games, including the critically acclaimed Exceptionals, on bramblewolfgames.itch.io. That's BRAMBLE Wolf WOLF Games GAMES.itch.io. I'm currently working on a game called Protect the Sacred, which is about is a pulp adventure game where people have folklore powers. So if that sounds neat to you, check it out. All right.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Okay, then I can take it. I've been Neda, I played Sable, and I'm at just Twitter at transfather, trans_father. And yeah, I'm not going to attempt to summarize what I am about as previously stated, because I don't necessarily need to. If I come up with a better pitch, it'll be within the next 2 weeks. I'll just pass it back to Bardic.
All right, thank you very much, and once again, thank you to wonderful players, thank you to people hanging out in chat, thank you to everything and everyone, and with that, we'll be signing off. This will be edited and uploaded, and I am going to have to edit in that nothing mommy can't handle image.
And remember, $4 a month, you can adopt a content creator today.
You most certainly can. So, until next time, everybody, stay safe and happy adventures. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.